Anyway, all right, moving on. 2019 WrestleMania 35 announced for MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, East Rutherford, New Jersey. So I have mixed feelings about this. So we'll start with Richie. How do you feel about this?
I feel like, it's great that it's, in the tri-state area, but in essence, since I'm going to WrestleCon for the first time, I'll kind of miss, going away.
Right.
Taking the show on the road and whatever and whatnot. But it's got its perks for it being here. Here, in essence, it doesn't, but, it is what it is.
What about you, Dave?
That sucks.
That's
I like
it.
to travel. So.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll tell you what does suck the most is because with WrestleCon going to be here next year, I think will definitely hurt any Northeast convention that they try to run beforehand.
I totally disagree on that one. I read that early. I think Terrence from Legends of the Ring posted that, and I backed that up with some numbers that I don't think that's going to be the case at all, because did a little research on it. WrestleCon draws almost 50% fan base from outside the United States, where Big Event does not. That draws everybody from the United States and or the area where it's being booked. Same thing with Legends, New Jersey. Icons, the Philly, South New Jersey, Central New Jersey areas. So if almost 50, a little less than 50% of your clientele is outside the United States, I'm not really thinking that it's going to hurt the other conventions at all, especially that WrestleCon tends to bring out the more high price tagged talent. Yes, the same faces do appear at WrestleCon that are at a big event, things like that. But your higher price tag, because of the higher chance of making more money. There's thousands of people that go to WrestleCon compared to hundreds of people that go to Northeast conventions. I was saying that last year, over 50% of my pre-sales was outside the United States, and right now, this year, currently, we're 68% of my pre-sales are outside the United States. So I honestly don't think it's really gonna have an impact, especially that Big Event is run in March, and WrestleMania will be in April, and the first Legends will be in June. So I really honestly don't think it'll hurt. I think as long as Big Event and Legends of the Ring continue to bring in good super ticket people, it's going to bring people in the doors. Fans are always going to have something they want signed, whether it's an encyclopedia, a magazine, belts, chairs, whatever the hell they bring in to have signed. I honestly don't think WrestleMania, it's my opinion. I mean, like I said, I do have numbers to back that up. From what I understand, when it was here last time, it didn't really have an impact on any of the conventions, and people
definitely did not.
And people did very well at WrestleCon. Like I said, my problem, like I said, I had mixed feelings, is I like to travel. I like to see other places, whether it's a day or two or things along that nature. I just think it's going to be a little bit more of a pain in the ass to attend WrestleCon, because we're going to have to figure out where they're going to have it. So, we just got to retweet. If you guys missed the interview between the great wrestler Grimm and Damage. Anyway, like I said, I think because of the out of country fan base that WrestleMania draws, I think everybody will be just fine. I'm just worried about where they're going to do it, parking. Mass transit, things like that. Are they going to do it in New York somewhere? Are they going to keep it in New Jersey?
I would think they would keep it close to the venue. The last time WrestleCon was here was at the Meadowlands Expo Center, something like that.
Yes. I mean, they could also do it at Izod. I mean, that's not being used for anything. So, I mean, there's plenty of places they can do it. All right, so whatever. I mean, like I said, mixed feelings. I'm happy it's close, but I'm not happy because I kind of, look forward to the travel. The one thing it does, it saves us money because of the fact that we don't have to pay for flights. We can fly them in locally at those airports, which of course we're gonna have to send like bodyguards to get them in the damn cars from the stalkers, and and we don't have to, bringing merchandise to these shows is not going to have to be crazy. We're not going to have to ship nothing. We're not going to have to get extra bags on a plane and pay for that. It's just going to be a nice 20-minute to a 40-minute drive to the airport. So,
exactly.
Okay, let's get to Royal Rumble and the fallout from Royal Rumble. Mooch, did you watch it?
I watched the guys one.
The guys one? All right, that was probably, in my opinion, the least of the two. I thought the women's one was much better.
I agree to that.
I feel way too predictable. I mean, I literally sat there with JT. We watched it. I called the Final Four about what? And like 15 guys into the
not even
the Royal Rumble. I called the Final Four, and I said who was going to win because win or lose, Roman Reigns wins. So it didn't matter because he's still going to go to WrestleMania and he's going to fight Brock Lesnar for the Universal title, which WWE is pushing so hard over their own brand title. So you knew whoever won, which if it wasn't going to be Reigns, it was going to be Nakamura, and he was going to go after AJ Styles for the title. So that to me was...
You're wrong on that.
What happened?
I think you're wrong on that one. It's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley.
I don't think so because Brock Lesnar's contract runs out before SummerSlam, and they're going to want to get the title off of him, and they're pushing the shit out of Roman Reigns. So unless they have Brock Lesnar drop that title at a less pay-per-view to Roman Reigns, I don't see Bobby Lashley. Maybe Bobby Lashley fights Lesnar in a retirement match, and that's how Lesnar goes out. I don't know. But again, the women's one, everybody on the planet Earth knew Asuka was going to win. She has that winning streak, even though I feel that being in a Royal Rumble shouldn't affect a winning streak at all. But everybody knew she was going to win this because it was the winning streak on the line. They made a big deal of it during the telecast. I was actually shocked that Stephanie McMahon didn't actually get involved physically into the Royal Rumble. And then again, everybody knew at some point Ronda Rousey was going to show up there. A lot of people thought she was going to show up for the Rumble, but if anybody actually did some research, would have known that she was filming out of country, and she actually flew in about an hour before the show ended. She got there and was stuck in the back. So I feel that she stole the thunder from Asuka, from Charlotte, and from Alexa Bliss. So
definitely did.
Obviously not her fault. This was what WWE wanted. But if you're pushing this whole big women's movement and the revolution of women and your first this, your first that, your first main event, your first Royal Rumble, you had your first TLC match. Now they're gonna have their first Hell in a Cell Elimination Chamber match. They had their first Hell in a Cell. How do you have someone come out and bury them like that after a pay-per-view? I mean, if you're going to bring Ronda in...
You can't do that.
You should have had Ronda come in and affect the outcome of the match somehow. Maybe just her presence being there. Somebody threw Asuka out or Asuka threw somebody out. Like, if I was... I'm going to do my armchair quarterback booking. If I was booking it, Stephanie McMahon would have been number 30. She would have been one-on-one with Asuka. Ronda Rousey would have came down and pulled Stephanie out of the ring, all dating back to that WrestleMania moment with The Rock, and Asuka wins the match and sets up, which people are saying is going to happen at WrestleMania anyway, Ronda and a tag team partner to be named later against Stephanie and Triple H. So that would have set it up perfectly.
Yeah.
So, John, you watched the Rumble. What was your take on that?
I totally agree that she stole the thunder. And like you said, with this whole women's revolution and anything, I just don't think that's right. And, I mean, she's obviously going to take on it. I don't think that she's going to fight Stephanie and Triple H at WrestleMania. I think she's going to take on one of the champions for the title.
See, the only reason why I don't think that's going to happen is because she still needs to train. She's got to go to NXT. She's going to have to do some work. WrestleMania.
She's not ready yet.
WrestleMania is right around the corner. They're not going to want her to go out to WrestleMania and fight a main event type match against their champion and look really sloppy doing it.
Well, then they should have never done it the way they did. Have her come out at the end of the Royal Rumble at a pay-per-view and point to the sign, WrestleMania. Everybody obviously thinks she wants a title shot, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think she was pointing as a fact of, I want a title shot. I think she was just telling people she was going to be at WrestleMania. I mean, that was her goal. I'm going to be at WrestleMania.
But then just the look at the end when she came out to the ring after she pointed to the Mania side, she shook hands with Stephanie. I mean, wouldn't you think that she could have set something up right there where she would have clubbed her or something? Just something. Give us something.
Well, you saw how reluctant how Stephanie was so reluctant to shake her hand with the memories of that WrestleMania in the back of her head. So
the fact of the matter is, she still shook her hand, though.
Of course, she's got to shake her hand, man. She's the boss. You gotta be professional. You gotta do what's best for business.
Okay, Triple H.
It's an ego trip. They're gonna get themselves in WrestleMania somehow, some way. Stephanie, the McMahons and Triple H, it's all ego. Just like Shane McMahon will work his way into a WrestleMania match at some point, jump off something really, really high and miss and lose the match. So, Mooch, what's your feel on this?
I don't know. Watching hockey.
You're watching hockey. You're an ass. Okay.
So the review was too predictable.
Yeah.
Very predictable.
Now, did anybody see the video of Sasha Banks ghost kicking Lita?
Yeah, that was good.
That was.
Yeah. Did it look like she was like? Can she try any less?
I don't know what's wrong with that.
And then the next show she's on, she botches a freaking suicide dive and falls on her face.
Oh, Sasha.
I mean, but this is literally, this is in the wake of her going on someone's show and saying that she's the best female wrestler in the world. How do you say that? And then go on the big stage, flail like you look like a goddamn Rockette at Christmas time, and then you fall on your face doing a dive. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. I don't like. Come on. I mean, and she's worn out her welcome with, I think, every fan base at this point. I think people have had it up. I mean, besides her tremendous 5-head from her receding hairline, I think that people are just tired of her. She's just. I mean, she is more predictable than RDP booking Brooke.
That's nice.
And they get canceled, and they book her again, and they get canceled.
Oh.
Brooke, I hope you're not listening to this.
Don't bring that up. You're going to get Richie upset. He just wants it dropped.
I do. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Damn, I wish I had that
All
clip.
right, Elsa, take it easy.
Oh, my God. So, all right, I think I'm done with you guys.
Well, gee, thanks.
No problem. Anything I can do to help. Next week we'll talk about the Warriors of Wrestling shows that are going on the 9th and the 10th.
Yep.
And we'll get all into that and all that fun stuff. So I do appreciate you guys giving me a call, and we'll speak
as
to you.
Always.
We'll speak to you next week. RDP, Richie DeGreg from RDP Promotions, Dave Mooch from MZ Promotions. Thank you guys. We'll be talking to you soon.
Yo,
See you soon, Kev.
Kev, you got me.
What, Mooch? I don't know what he said.
I think he
All right.
said blah, blah, blah. He's a
All right, killing the call. Talk to you guys later. All right, guys. So, we're going to get into this Sunday at the Sheraton Hotel in Edison, New Jersey, Raritan Center. we will have Tennille Dashwood, formerly known as Emma, doing an